Empaths are some of the most self-centered, selfish, egotistical, entitled, and narcissistic people I've ever known. Let me explain. If you're new to my channel, I am a self-aware narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. I also am a borderline. I see it every single day in the comments section of my page from these so-called self-proclaimed empaths calling me a devil, calling me a demon, telling me that I should just fix myself. Out of all the comments I read, the ones from the empaths seem to be the most vile and cruel and hateful and most unempathetic comments that I see, with borderlines coming in a close second place to that. The really cool, nice, empathic comments that I usually receive on my page, well, those are the ones I get from the normies, the neurotypicals. If you get into a relationship with someone new and they start telling you how empathic they are and that they're an empath, haul ass, because most likely they're a cluster B themselves. And let me explain why I know this to be a fact. Empathy and being empathic is just a common, normal, everyday thing to neurotypical people. They don't have to work at it. It comes natural for them. Good people don't go around telling you they're good. They show you how good they are. But now let's discuss the empath. They are magical creatures that can literally read your emotions and read your mind. They have a mystical fountain of knowledge and emotion that overwhelms them, so much so sometimes that they can't be in large crowds of people because that energy is too much for them. Sounds all so magical, doesn't it? Well, it should, because most people on the cluster B are very magical thinking to begin with. Think healing cards, think tarot readings, think astrology, think fantasy soulmates, twin flames, think empath. Another thing I know about empaths is that they are very entitled. And guess who else is very entitled? Narcissist. Empaths also think they're special. They're so special, they're more special than you. And why are they so special? They have magical empathic abilities that you and I don't possess, guys. They're magical, entitled, special. Guess who else is that way? Every narcissist I've ever met, including myself. So Mr. Batwolf, if they're entitled, feel special, narcissistic, not empathic, why are they this way? In order to understand why these empaths are the way they are, there's something that you have to actually understand about narcissists. Narcissists and narcissistic toxic people, people on the cluster B, suffer from something called diminished insight. Narcissists and narcissistic people don't have a capacity for self-reflection. Can't look at their own actions and what they're doing, and they will usually employ alloplastic, autoplastic defenses in order to write off every single thing that they do wrong. For instance, one thing that you'll notice about your typical empath, self-proclaimed empath, is that every single, pardon my French, fucking one of their exes was a narcissist. In fact, that's usually how the fact that they're an empath gets brought up in the conversation to begin with. All I date is narcissists. They're just attracted to me like a moth to a flame, because I'm an empath and they just love to suck my energy off of me because I'm magical. I'm a water nymph. I'm a succubus. I'm an empath. My problem, I'm an empath. They have no ability to actually look at how their behaviors affect other people. And there's absolutely no way on God's green earth that all that person ever attracts are narcissists to them. If they tell you all they attract is narcissists, doesn't always mean that's not true. But if they tell you they're an empath and that's all they attract, I would definitely cool the heels out a little bit and slow this relationship way the fuck down. Narcissism is a series of defenses that we place around ourselves in order to protect us from the world and, narcissist. Because when you're an unaware narcissist, you don't know that you're a narcissist. You don't know. You think you're a good person. You think you're highly empathetic. Guys, what do you think I thought about myself for decades? I'm perfect. I'm the nicest guy on the planet. Everyone loves me. I'm so empathetic. I'm empathic. I'm an empath. Every single problem I've had in my life with another relationship, it was never my fault. It was always someone else's fault because I'm an empath, right? I actually never called myself that, but I did think I was highly empathetic and thought that I could feel other people's emotions because cluster Bs are magical thinking and empaths are no different. Part of that grandiosity bubble, part of that protection is believing things about yourself that aren't true. for instance, being an empath. There's no such thing. Nobody can even, there's literally no such thing as an empath. In order to be empathetic, you actually have to understand what empathy actually is. And I think that's something that most empaths actually struggle with a lot. Coincidentally, just like a narcissist does. And what empathy is, guys and ladies and empaths, the ability to recognize and understand the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of another person, and then take action in accordance with those thoughts and feelings. An example of not showing empathy, y'all, is when you jump to judgment, when you don't take the time to actually look at the situation that's actually going on before you make some critical statement towards someone. You know, like for instance, most of the empaths on my page. Now, I get it. A lot of the videos that I make are kind of triggering. I get it. You know, it's theatrical, and that's probably a little bit of my histrionic side coming through, and just marketing, to be quite honest with you. But if you're that easily triggered, if it doesn't take anything more than watching 20 seconds of a video that I make for you to get triggered, say some hateful, nasty shit to somebody, how empathic can you actually be? I mean, does that make sense, guys? If empaths are so empathic and they're so good and they're such great people and they're so caring and so loving and they literally can feel everything that's going on around them, can you not feel my love coming through the screen, guys? Can you not feel it? Can you not feel that I'm trying to change and that I'm trying to be better? You can't, because there is no such thing as an empath, is basically my point. This was a long, drawn-out way of saying if somebody tells you that they're an empath, they meet some definite criteria to be a narcissist. And one of those is that they're entitled to their victimhood, entitled to their pain, entitled to their anguish, okay? They are entitled, all right? Number two, they are special. They feel special. They feel like they're better than other people. They feel they're above other people. Those two qualities alone are not enough to get you diagnosed as a narcissist, but those are two characteristics of narcissistic personality disorder that maybe your empath side should look into, become a little more patient, and become a little more empathetic. Real talk, guys. And one final thing, if you're having to take empathy lessons from a narcissist because you show no empathy, come on, dude, for real. Come on, girl, for real. Again, real talk.